Welcome back to the Michigan Business Beat, brought to you on the Michigan Business Network. Chris Holman here, and we're coming to you from our studios at the Capital Region International Airport. We're going to stay in the Lansing area right now, spend a little time with Randy Shacka. He's the president of Two Men and a Truck, and I almost want to say Two Men and a Truck International because the
That's
way
right.
you guys have a footprint all over this planet, it's unbelievable. Welcome, Randy. It's good to have you on here.
Yeah, it's good to see you again, Chris. Appreciate the time today.
No, it's great, and I love to expose the story and what you guys are doing. So, if you would, let's start that. Take us back to the beginnings because you guys just are celebrating kind of an anniversary.
100%. Yeah, 4 decades, 40 years of in business as two men in a truck. Yeah, mid 80s, the American dream truly, but a lot of hard work, perseverance, dedication that went into this. Two boys in high school here in Okemos, right outside of Lansing, just doing a summer gig, right, with the truck, a beat up old 66 Ford pickup truck and hauling whatever needed to get hauled away. And their mom, Mary Ellen, kind of kept tabs on them and kind of make sure they had kept some money for advertising here and there. But when it came time for them to go to college, they went away and Mary Ellen kind of took it from there and said, you know what? I think there's an idea here that we can go serve this community and hired some movers, utilize that old truck and kind of was the inception of two men in a truck. And you fast forward 40 years, a lot of change and growth, but today in International, the largest franchised moving company in the world. And so very proud of that, celebrating 40 years.
So, how is the company diversified beyond traditional moving services?
Yeah, we got our start just local moving, that typical Main Street to Maple Street downtown communities of moving people forward. And over time, customers would come back saying, hey, you helped me move locally. Now I need to move to Florida or I need to move to Atlanta, and so that kind of sprung our long distance services. And similarly, I need help storing items that, got us into storage and kind of that full service relocation company, right? When it comes to packing and boxes. And we just evolved as our customers, requests and needs did along the way. And more recently, this past couple of years, it was junk removal. That was one where we took our vision process, but more importantly, reached out to our customers that have used us and said, what else would you trust Two Men in a Truck to help with? And by far, what came back was just removing unwanted items, junk removal, things either tied to a move or just in general. And so that created the Two Men in a Junk Truck brand. It's 2 years operating now in over 70 markets across the United States. And really came from listening to customers, right? And evolving as we've grown.
Well, so you guys have kind of built a leadership culture where many of the owners started on the front lines. How has that shaped the business?
Yeah, it's been, I would say, a key part of our recipe, right? And, 1 in 3 of our franchise owners started either on the trucks or answering phones in an operation, right? And so when you take that passion and build a path to help people grow professionally, there's a lot of operational experience that comes with that too. And it just creates a win-win situation. I started as an intern and have worked in several different roles across the organization, but almost 3 of our 4 managers, 75%, general managers across the network did the same thing, right? And so you combine an inner path of people to grow and develop professionally, and then you bring in external resources that bring a different perspective, and it's been a win-win and something we're very proud of. We move people forward every day in our communities, but the ability to move employees forward through that process is really what makes Two Men great.
So, talk a little bit about Two Men in a Truck University. This was one of the most innovative things I've ever seen.
Yeah, well, the university, we refer to it as Stickman University, the original Two Men, as part of that too. But it's really, you know, if you're young and growing up, really, I didn't raise my hand to say I want to be a professional mover, right? But not a lot of people do, right? It's I want to be an athlete or a scientist or an astronaut, right? Growing up, but we're much more than that. We're a people business that provides opportunities and helps our communities through that. And so our Stickman University is really about providing resources, career paths, and planning, and even a scholarship program that's named in Mary Ellen, our founder's name. We're in our 8th year of that too, and that provides a resource and a path for somebody that has worked in the operations that wants to become an owner. And every year it's one of my favorite opportunities to recognize those winners. And so it's a whole set of educational materials, career path, but more importantly, ways for people to better themselves when they come to Two Men in a Truck.
Well, I love the way you homegrown. your
Absolutely.
leadership, which is really good.
Absolutely.
So you guys are also pretty well known for your community outreach programs like Movers for Moms. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, it candidly started way back with Mary Ellen, right? Her first couple years of business wasn't very profitable. The first profit she made was $1,000, right? And she ended up writing 10 checks of $100 to local charities here in the Lansing community. And that really was the foundation of we exist to give back to our communities, right? And take care of the communities that support us as a business. And so concepts and programs like Movers for Moms have developed over the years. And that truly is our national giving program that we do every year to assist moms and families in need. So typically it culminates right at Mother's Day, but it's a chance for us to partner with local organizations in our communities, but also collect items of need. And it started back in 2007, almost 18, plus years of growing it. This past spring, Chris, we collected over 500,000 items to give away back to individuals in need. And we were founded by a mom, and so it's kind of our giving back each Mother's Day. But other cause programs have been part of Two Men in a Truck. It's part of our values since the beginning, and one that, as president, I take very seriously that we continue to build and grow to give back to help others.
Well, Randy, I totally admire your success and totally love your culture. Randy Shacka, the president of Two Men in a Truck. If you would give my best to Mary Ellen Sheets.
Will do. Yeah, it's great to see you again. Thanks, Chris.
You're watching the Michigan Business Beat on the Michigan Business Network. I'm Chris Holman. We'll be back with more.